Bro, are we getting married? No, wait. Pause. It sounds like I'm asking you if we're getting married. Like, do you think you're gonna get married? Because honestly, bro, marriage has been vaulted. Marriage has been vaulted, bro. I'm not gonna lie. It used to be the meta. Now, now it's not. Let's get into the video.
547,000 likes. Yes, that is my son in the background crying. He's taken care of.
Marriage is the best part of
Alright,
life, bro. Having kids and all that.
Ladies and gentle people,
Maybe.
this is how I became divorced at 22 years old. This is going to be very simplified. I would rather undershare than overshare. I have reached out to members, friends and family members, both myself and my
Bro,
ex-wife.
maybe in the past you could marry at like 2019, like sub 25. Getting married at 22, I mean, it obviously proved to be a mistake for this guy, but that's way too young. Yeah, divorced at 22 is crazy. You know, the good thing about that is if he didn't end up with debt or anything, he, I guess, got his shit sorted out early instead of, living his whole life with a miserable relationship, miserable marriage. I guess it
To
depends
find
on
the
how
best
you
way to
see
do
it then.
this. And we all pretty much came to the same conclusion of do not share more than is needed. But if at some point I feel the need to elaborate, I might do that. There might be longer versions of this with breakdowns and parts. But let's get into it. Okay, so I got married May 17th of this year. And shortly before,
Holy fuck. That means he got divorced in the same year. Bro, you got divorced the year of getting married. Only a couple months, yeah. That's insane. How does that happen?
that, my wife or ex-wife started a new job. And that's important to know.
That's important to know. She cheated on him. Then. I'm guessing she cheated on bro. Yeah. Oh, wait, fuck. I'm not a genius. It literally shows here. Divorce, hashtag cheating, hashtag cheater.
So, we end up moving into our apartment together.
Bro thinks he's
in
dokes.
mid-July, I believe it was July 16th. Between the married, when we got married and that time, we were living with my parents.
Like, bro, who does this guy think he is? I'm not dokes, bro. Let me humble myself.
So we move in about 2 weeks after that. My wife has just a breakdown, comes in my office, has a breakdown about, I feel like we might have rushed into this, we did things too soon, blah, 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 blah. And it wasn't like we need to split, it was just I'm freaking out. It's like, okay, let's talk through it. And about a week later, she apologizes, says, hey, I think I was just having kind of a mental breakdown. I'm like, hey, that's fine. I get it. It's scary times. I had a freak out. I think it was like the third night that we were staying in the apartment, just about like, missing my family. So some time goes on, and now we're in August, and there's another freak out. And I feel like we rushed into this blah, blah, blah. Well, we meet with our premarital counselor. Well, our counselors, I guess, but they did our premarital counseling. We talked through, and they're like, hey, this is super common. We see this in young married couples all the time. Let's, set some expectations for one another just so you guys can help each other out. And we did.
Bro, I don't know. I don't know if I'll get married, to be honest. Maybe wait, I'm only seeing this message now. Once the peptides come in, it's over. Bro, once we hop on JHKCU plus Reddit True Tide, bro, it's over for everyone else. It is absolutely over. Bro, it's going to be over for everyone else on the internet once I get about 50 pounds of lean muscle mass and I ascend to, let's say, it's Joe over. I ascend to 8 out of 10 after my double jaw surgery. It's going to be over once I start making millions, bro. Like, it's just going to be over for the rest of you guys. But I was going to say, I'm not going to rush things, of course. I'm never going to settle for a woman just for the sake of getting married. Bro, de-bloating right now. Coconut water. For real, bro. For real, that 800 milligrams of potassium. We debloating, bro. We debloating. Alright, let me stop yapping.
I think in my head things are going great. Okay, so Monday, September 15th rolls around, and I leave work a little early. She tells me that she wants me to come home so we can talk. And so we go home, or I go home.
Just play this
and I
long
get there,
out
and she's
video.
like, hey, like, I'm not ready to talk just yet. Go play the game. So I'm like, okay, I play the game for an hour. Go back in. Hey, I'm not ready to talk just yet. Go play the game. Okay, go back in for now. Whatever. So basically, she tells me, like, hey, I don't know. I don't want to talk about this. I think that it's just not worth talking about. And me being an anxious person, I'm like, well, is it something small, or is it something like you want to move out? And she's just kind of like, I don't really know. I don't know. I feel like, there's just so many things happen so quick, and I don't know. Well, either way, we talked through things a little bit. I think she can tell that I'm upset. She could tell that I was upset, so she just kind of dialed back. Maybe, I don't know where her mind space is or head space is in any of this. Well, the following Saturday rolls around. Everything's all hunky-dory for me. I go out with my buddy. We put out some bags of corn and stuff. And then I get home. She's like, hey, when are you going to be home? I tell her, and she's like, okay, great. Like, I'm going to take a shower, and I'll see you when you get home. Well, I get home. She got her bags packed. Hey, I'm going to stay with my mom.
Fuck. Bro. You come home and your wife's shit is packed. That is so fucked, bro. You get married. Think about it. You got married about a month or two ago. You got married a month or two ago and you see all her shit is packed, bro. What the fuck? That's actually rope fuel right there. That is rope fuel, bro. Alright, fuck it. Let's just watch.
I need some space away. I might be back Wednesday. I don't know. Oh, can we talk? Nope. Gone. Out the door. Gone. Poof. Gone. No contact that Sunday, that Monday. Then Tuesday night, I finally call her. Now, mind you, in between this, I'm over at my best friend's house. Like, I don't know what's going on. I'm freaking out. And
bro, she was at another man's house, bro. She was getting piped at another man's house. Shit is tragic, bro.
Contact. There were a couple texts sent. Well, she also goes over there and is with him and his girlfriend and just talking to them. And it's, they're trying to figure out what's going on. And they're asking her the questions. Hey, is there anything going on? There might be calls in. Is there anything, She's like, no, nothing. Well, so Tuesday night I call her. And this is now, let me get the date. Yeah, so Tuesday the 23rd of September, I call her and things seem well. And I'm like, hey, do you want to go out tomorrow? She's like, yeah. So her and I go out. We have a great dinner, and she tells me, like, look, I've decided I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to run away. Like, we're going to work on this together. I can't leave you. I don't want to leave you. I'm not going to leave you. Awesome. But you need to do this and this and this and this and this. And mind you, everything's been fairly normal for me up to this point, up until her leaving. So thing number one was therapy. So I put myself in therapy. I get couples therapy for the two of us. I'm paying out the butt for it, but whatever. This is necessary. Whatever means. She's like, I'm not ready to move back.
Bro, couples therapy a month or two into your marriage? Like, couples therapy is good, but a month or two into your marriage? Holy fuck, bro. You just got married and you're doing couples therapy? This guy messed up big time, bro. But I mean, at least he's young. He has his whole life
Yet,
ahead.
But, we'll see. So we have our first therapy session that following Sunday, and just to kind of collapse all this down, eventually after like a week or so, she moves back in. Things are going great. I'm cooking dinner every single night, right? She did almost nothing around the apartment, and I would complain about that.
He's cooking every single night. Fuck. Holy fuck. This guy's doing everything in the relationship. Bro got scammed. He literally got scammed. Paying for couples therapy. Doing all the cooking. Cleaning the place. Plus his wife is getting dicked down by some other man.
Because it's like, but I was like, you know what? I don't care. Cooking, cleaning, everything. laundry, everything. I'm doing everything, right? I like made up her closet for her and stuff and whatever. I'm just like, I'm trying to show her whatever it is that you need, I'm gonna do. And I just start working on myself and start trying to be, the best
Dude,
husband
yeah.
that I could possibly
It's
be.
fucked.
And it's stuff that I should have been doing beforehand, but it's like, this is my first time. I'm a kid. Well, 3 weeks go by. Let me go back to my text to figure out the date. So, mind you, during this time too, she's like trying to get me to buy her a new car and like a gaming PC, and we're coming to all the. I mean, it's amazing.
A gaming PC, a car, and a gaming PC. Dude, this guy just like there obviously had to be signs, right? Like the thing is, I always feel like maybe I just have main character syndrome, but you always feel like you're not gonna be the one to get cancer. You're not gonna be the one to find yourself in these unfortunate situations. I just feel like, how do you even get yourself in this situation though? Oh, you know about main characters, lol. What do you mean, Nox? Um, but yeah, you know, I just don't. How do you get yourself in this situation, bro? Genuinely. Oh, main character syndrome. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. I don't know if it's main character syndrome, but you always sort of assume that this type of shit would never happen to you, but I think that's a valid assumption in this case. There had to have been signs. His girl is literally threatening to leave, and now she's asking for a car and a PC, and she's doing nothing. Mind you, she's doing nothing in the house, bro. This guy just straight up got scammed. This doesn't even seem like a marriage. He just got scammed.
It seemed like the most perfect marriage. Well, Sunday, October 12th rolls around, and things have been going great. We have our therapy session.
Yeah, she ain't getting a thing from me. Yeah, bro, it's fried. Like, especially in the modern day, your salaries, if you're like a middle class family, your salary is gonna be comparable to your wife's salary probably. You guys are gonna be earning basically the same thing maybe, or you're just gonna earn a little more, and you're trying to build a life together. And she's asking for shit, bro. Like, she's asking for a car and all of this stuff. Plus, after she threatened to leave, like, what's happening here, bro? Especially, bro, she asked for a car after she threatened to leave. Bro, I am dipping. I am dipping. The guy should have dipped by now.
The therapist is like, guys, I think we made a breakthrough, and we're laughing, giggling, whatever. Well, therapy session ends. She looks at me. Hey, I'm dropping out of nursing school. When did you make that decision? She's like, last week. It's like, okay, all right. I support you. That's a big decision.
Oh, so I think this guy was working, and she was studying. I think that's how it goes, actually. How it went.
That gives us more time to spend together. I guess work through these things. Breakdown, anxiety, full on, just freaking out. My jump to is, hey, let's pray. She doesn't want to. She goes, jumps in the shower. She's free. I can't do this. I thought I could. Whatever. And I'm like, hey, let's get in the
Wait,
car.
no, she's probably working and going to nursing school at the same time, actually, because he did say she got a different job. So they're both working, okay.
Our rides always calmed her down. Let's get in the car and ride around. In the car, I've been lying to you. I've been doing X, Y. And I go, have you been cheating? And she looks at me, yeah.
Dang.
With who? It's her boss.
Dang.
So yeah. So she says that.
Her boss, bro. This is just a bad selection. For sure. How long did the guy know this girl for? Because, I mean, it goes without saying. It's kind of obvious. Not all women are like this, bro. I mean, like, I don't want to blame the guy for everything, of course. But then in life, you kind of have to be accountable for your decisions. Like, how the fuck do you end up with a girl like that, bro? I don't know. Bro, marrying this young in this generation, I think is just never the play. It is almost never the play, bro. Yeah, blunder. Yeah, this guy blundered that shit, bro. I don't know. What makes it different from previous generations? It's bro, I feel like marriage is gonna become obsolete soon. Like as a social norm that we're gonna evolve out of soon. Maybe give it like 100 or 200 years. I'd get married if I find the right girl, but not like I'm not getting married for shits and giggles, bro. Like what the guy did here, he just got
And
fucked.
you know, I've always been a very emotional person, but in that moment, I couldn't cry, I couldn't get angry. All I could do was drive. And in my head, I'm just praying while listening and trying to talk. And basically, she says, I find out over time that she had started emotionally cheating, which let's just call it what it is. She started cheating 2 weeks after we moved into our apartment. So mind you, this is 2 months after we get married.
Wow.
And that, if we do the timeline here, that's when the first freak out happened, when she came into my office.
Bro, what the fuck is this guy doing in the corner? This reactor. This dude's just straight up ripping off his video. Like, I've said much more than this guy. The guy's just watching the whole video and uploading it. Bro, that's free money. For 8 minutes, he said absolutely nothing. You're just yapping too much? Bro, maybe I'm yapping too much, but this guy has genuinely said nothing for 8 minutes straight. He's just ripping off the video. This cannot be fair use, bro.
And then,
But yeah, I'm yapping too much.
apparently it was just that. And then towards the time of the second freak out, before she moved out, was when they had started making plans to be physical. And then during the time between that freak out and her moving out is when they actually did have a level of physical relation. And then, mind you, this all comes out the day before I'm supposed to hop on a flight for a promotion that I just received. And she tells me that this has been going on, that it's most likely going to continue going on. And
She said this has been going on. My affair with my boss. It's been going on, and I'm gonna keep it going on. This is 2 months into getting married. Now, obviously, we don't have the whole story. We don't have every single detail of what took place. I appreciate that he's sharing flaws in certain things that he could have done better as well in this situation. But ultimately, what are you really going to do in that situation when your newly wed wife is sleeping with her boss and says that she's going to continue sleeping with her boss? As a man of God, which it sounds like he is, as a Christian, as a believer, as somebody who probably prayed to be married and to have the partner that is going to allow him to honor and glorify God and have children and raise a family and all that good stuff, right? To be in that situation must have been extremely confusing and heartbreaking. And I'll be honest with you. He said he's 22 years old. I could tell you right now, at 22 years old, me in that situation, crashing out. Let's see what happens.
yeah, not crying about it, not upset about it. Actually, I'll just tell you guys, laughing at my crying, because eventually I do start crying, of course. She's like, look, let's go back to the apartment. Chill out there. And I'm like, okay. We get back to the apartment. She's like, look, I need to call him. Mind you, I'm falling apart. Look, I need to call him. I need to make sure he's okay.
What the fuck? Your girl just tells you she's cheating. She's gonna keep on cheating. And she's calling, like, in your presence, she's calling the man she's cheating on you with, bro.
Dog, yeah, I'm telling you, bro. At 22, we ain't calling him, bro. We calling a hit on him at 22. I'm just being real with you. That's how I'm thinking at 22. I don't have the discernment. Bro, what the heck is going on here? What the heck is going on? Nah, but the whole, man, the fact that he said he was crying and then she's sitting here laughing at him for crying, for being emotional about their marriage breaking apart, and then to sit here and talk about, oh, let me call him to make sure he's doing okay.
So she leaves for 2 hours while it's like 12 o'clock at night. I can't sleep. I can't do anything, right? I have a flight to catch the next morning. I can't do anything. I'm falling apart. Finally, she comes home. She's like, look, I don't want to talk about this. Let's just lay down.
Worst type of girl for real. Bro, if your girl's laughing at you when you're pissed, like she's laughing at your suffering, bro, you really screwed up, bro. How did you find yourself in that situation? Boy, if my daughter ever did something like that, yeah, I'll disown her, bro. I'll disown her. Bro, if I heard my daughter's getting divorced and the reason is because she was cheating in the marriage, now I'd be so disappointed regardless. Even if it was my son as well, same thing. Be extremely disappointed.
So I get like 2 hours of sleep, wake up, get on a flight, and absolutely bomb. Do terrible, right? Because how could you do well? And during this week, while I'm gone, all I'm thinking of is, okay, how am I going to fix this? How am I going to fix this? I don't know how I'm going to fix it. How do you forgive? Well, I'm going to do it. I'm going to figure it out. And wow, God is good. Because though I didn't fix it, he kept me functioning better than I would have without him. And yeah, so then I get back. She ends up actually picking me up from the airport that Thursday night. We hang out. She drives me back to the apartment, goes and stays at her mom's. Friday morning, wake up.
I'd be disappointed in my son, but I'd be more disappointed in my son, but I'd be extremely disappointed in both. Yeah, I'd be extremely disappointed in both as well. I guess you being disappointed in your son, I guess it sort of makes sense. Like, your son's the one proposing. Like, he's a dumbass who proposed. So he thought he liked this girl, and then he just, like, fucks up her life by cheating on her. They might both be, like, equally culpable, though. And the guy's talking about, I don't know, bro. This guy's just yapping, honestly. Like, he forgives her. Bro, divorce her. Like, she doesn't need your forgiveness at this stage. Just divorce her, and then you can work out your mental or forgiving whoever later.
On a date, it's great. We're having a good time. It's a little weird, but we're having a good time. Well, eventually, we go back to the apartment. She falls asleep. I go through her phone, and it is her and him dogging on me, talking about how she's going to stay on my good side so she can get things from me, and all sorts of terrible stuff. And so
Yeah.
I'm like,
How do you not realize at this point he's just getting hustled? That isn't your wife, bro. At this stage, she literally told him, I'm going to keep on cheating on you. And he's still there, bro. What is happening? What is honestly happening? This dude is gullible. He's so gullible. You can't even call this a marriage. He just got hustled. He literally got scammed by a woman. That wasn't his wife. He just got scammed by a woman, clearly. He got hustled.
okay, wake up, let's go. And she's like, oh my gosh, did you go through my phone? I'm like, yeah. I did. And then
Come on, bro. Please don't side with the guy. The guy's just dumb.
part two. I didn't think it was gonna be this long. So, yeah. So she goes and starts freaking out, and she's like, "Take me home, take me home." I'm like, "Okay, cool." Now we are driving home, and she's telling me, I really thought there was a chance. I really thought that you would change, but you going through my phone just shows me you're the same person.
Dang. The gaslighting is crazy.
I just took you on a date, spent a bunch of money.
Look at the comments. Yeah. She got me feeling. Yeah, the comments are just like typical TikTok slop, bro. It's, I don't know, it's kind of crazy. Like, the guy's obviously a victim. Of course he is. But there's some shit that's so obvious. Why are you walking around in the hood, carrying out your money? Like, imagine just he's literally just spreading his money in the hood, bro. He's asking, please rob me, please rob me. He put himself in this dumbass situation. So if I was his homeboy, I'd be flaming this guy. I'd be flaming him. The woman at D1 manipulator, not even, bro. She doesn't even sound like she's that skilled. Like, she doesn't even sound that conniving. She straight out said, I'm just gonna keep on cheating on you. She did. I said that. She could have not even said that. But yeah, she is manipulating him by saying, oh, you're still doing the same old things. But, dude, like, the guy has to be pretty weird. For put this into perspective, it's been a month and you got married. I don't know in his situation how many months it was, but a month or two, and your new wife is cheating on you. The first thing you should do is file a divorce. Why are you even thinking about anything else? Why are you thinking about fixing a 2-month marriage, bro? Just play the video, bro. Alright, bro, Nox, chill, bro, chill. This guy's rage baiting me, bro. The video's rage baiting me. Alright, let me get into the video.
Like, had what I thought was a great day, and the whole time you're sneaking off to the bathroom.
Bro, this 30-minute video has to be stretched to 2 hours. No, I'm joking. But let's just play it.
Just text your boyfriend about how you have to stay on my good side, and hoping that he's not upset with you for it. So then I turn on her Snap Maps because I'm crazy. I turn on her Snap Maps, and sure enough, that night Shane's at his house. Saturday morning, wake up, go home, pack up all of her stuff nicely, not throwing stuff, right? I just put whatever clothes and stuff into bags and put the other stuff in whatever. Load it in the back of the truck, text her, hey, what time do you get off work? Or what time are you going to be at your mom? She tells me, like, okay, I pull up, got all of her stuff in the truck, and she's like, can we go get food? I'm like, you know what? Let me see how much information I can fish out of here. So she knows at this point, she's found out that her Snap Mouse is on. So I'm like, where were you last night? She's like, a friend called me. I was upset at you, and so, they called me and I went over. I was like, was it his house? She's like, yeah. I'm like, did you sleep with him? Yeah.
Oh,
Gotcha.
my gosh.
So then, full transparency, we're riding around, and she's just like, let's just drive. Let's just go somewhere. Let's just wake up and see the sunset somewhere.
No, don't do that.
And I'm not going to overshare, but I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I'm so stupid. I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb.
You figured that out, bro.
And
We already figured that out.
I'm not even going to listen, what your mind is thinking, that happens. What a moron. What a buffoon, right? So either way, I end up spending the night. I end up spending the night. And then Sunday, I wake up and I go to church because I'm like, God, I need you so, which I go to church anyways, right? But I'm like, God. And so I go to church and I walk in early and I sit there and I just cry in a pew. And then I get out of church and to a text from her, hey, she texted me somewhere along the lines of, or I can't remember if it was text or call, but she's like, hey, like, come back over and I don't like how you left. I'm like, okay. So I went over and I get over there and she just wants to lay down. We lay down and, what an idiot. Either way. So she's like, hey, I got to go to my friend's house. So you got to go. This is several hours later. Well, she goes to her friend's house and then she goes back to his house. In the same day.
On the Lord's Day?
On the Lord's Day.
A 2-for-1 on the Lord's Day?
A 2-for-1's crazy.
guys, I don't even know what to say.
So I'm like, hey, I schedule us tests because I just sorry.
That's what I was thinking.
So I schedule this test. Thank God, everything's fine, everything's clean, everything's clear. Thank God. Well, then the next like 2 or so weeks go by, and she's talking about, hey, I'm moving, I'm gonna do all these things, and like I want us to be friends, I want us to stay in contact with each other, and I'm still in the mindset of I'm gonna make this work. Well, along the way, I ended up finding out a lot more, and I didn't believe it at first until I start receiving proof, and I'm like, oh, okay. So it takes a lot. It takes a lot of hits. And mind you, we hang out like 1 or 2 times after that. And so eventually she says like, hey, like I'm moving and stuff and whatever. And
This shit's actually melting my brain, bro. Fuck this. Wow, this video is really bad. After all of that, he still wants to make it work.
I'm like, okay. And so I'm in my mind, I'm not signing the papers. I'm not signing the papers. You're crazy. Sorry, I made a covenant vow with God. I don't care if you're stupid and went and did something stupid. Like, no. Like, we're going to figure this out. Eventually, you take so many hits that you start to realize maybe God's giving you the pass. Maybe God's letting you get out of this. And that's exactly what happened.
Bro, even if you're Christian, like the person said in the comment, I think, right here, I'm pretty sure you're even allowed to divorce, like, if someone is being unfaithful in the marriage. Yeah. If you are a Christian, but I mean, like, fuck that, bro. Like, why would you even be in the marriage? I don't know. Let's watch the video, man.
She continuously chose other people throughout these 2 weeks or so. I don't know what happened with him because they broke up, and then there was 2 or 3. I don't know. Either way. So eventually, it finally clicks in my head. I'm like, oh, you got to shut it off, bro. Straight Vampire Diaries, just turn it off. So I did. So I guess it's 2 weeks later. She texts or she calls me. And she's like, "Hey, when are we seeing each other?" And I'm like, "For what?" She's like, "Just, I guess, just to sign the papers." I said, "You don't need me for that. You can get your stuff signed and then have me served or whatever. I'll sign mine and be done." Mind you, this is radically different than the last thing she heard from me, which is I'm not signing anything. So then I get a text Monday. Hey, do you want to see me before I leave? I'll respond. Wednesday we meet to sign papers. I'm not going to explain how that ended up happening. I didn't know she was going to be there. Either way, papers get signed and whatever. And she's like, "Can I get a hug?" I was like, "Look, I don't." And she's like, "Please." So, okay, give her a hug. And then, yeah. There's so much that's not in this because, and if somehow any party that's not, I don't want to say on my side, but on my side with this, I am doing the opposite of dogging. There's so much more, and if there's any accusation of, oh, he's lying, I hate to break it to everyone, but I'm not a buffoon. Alabama's the one
Bro clearly is a buffoon. Don't lie to us.
party state, and it was in my own home and vehicle. I've got everything. I have everything right here. So the legitimacy behind what I've said.
I think that's, I think it was recording her, right? Like, voice recording her.
Right here. I undershared a lot because I hope, and the last thing that I said to her, I prayed over her, the last thing that we did is we had a conversation. I said, I am not mad. I do not hate you. I hope you have a wonderful life. I hope you find a man someday that you can love the way that you should. I prayed for her.
Heartbreaking.
Wished her the best. Said I can't be in contact with you again. I can never talk to you again. This has to be the end of it. Now it's turned into a thing where she's dogging me to an extent. I don't want to say dogging me, but it's like it just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just a little bit of stupid stuff though, and gotta move on. I gotta let go. You know, I'm so separated. But the plan is now that I've said all of this, I can now do what I really wanted to do this whole time, which is make the Christian content, but also make the Christian content that speaks directly through what, in my opinion, is got to be one of the hardest things you can go through in life, and that is infidelity, right? In separation, divorce, whatever. And now that I've really said what happened, I feel like it gives me some grounds to talk about this, because let me tell you,
Bro,
What are we saying, Unc?
so many questions. So many questions. So much speculation flying around my head. I think the only thing I can really say is 2 words. Equally yoked. That's the number one thing that's popping up in my brain right now. Equally yoked.
What do you mean by that, sir? Tell us.
Because based on what I'm hearing, and I don't know if she was a believer or not, he's a believer. That's very clear. I don't know if she was. Maybe she was. But somebody who prioritizes their relationship with God and prioritizes the covenant of marriage wouldn't be moving and operating like that. And like, here's the thing. Like, we don't know all of what happened. We don't have all the details. There's always multiple sides to every story. But based on what he said, I get a pretty good sense that he's being pretty genuine with his account of what took place. And sure, there's probably things that he's leaving out, probably mistakes that he made and words that he said that he probably regrets, or, you know, things like that. But somebody who is submitted to God, or at least is trying to live a life submitted to God, is not going to be openly having an affair with their boss mere months after getting married. I really respect the fact that he wanted to get married and that he wanted to honor God in his relationship
Yeah, that guy's ball selection
by
is
committing
terrible,
to
bro.
one woman, being intimate with one woman, potentially building a family with one woman, and doing it at such a young age. I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, it's weird that you get married, that you got married at 22. I'm not one of those people who think that. I think the earlier you get married, great. That's awesome, assuming that it's the right person. Now,
What does that statement even mean, bro? The earlier you get married, great. Like, clearly he doesn't think it's the best thing, but I think he's trying to push like traditional values, so he thinks it's better to get married earlier. I don't really care. I do think there's probably if you just look at the statistics, probably earlier marriages don't last as long in this generation, at least.
obviously at the time, he believed that she was the right person. Quickly found out that she wasn't. And honestly, regardless of what you guys say, I think it's a blessing that it happened this early, as opposed to
Yeah, that's for sure. I agree with that.
children,
I agree with that. He didn't lose too
more
much. He probably
complications
just
when it
lost
comes to
financially.
finances, more complications when it comes to different family dynamics and whatnot. I think it's a blessing that it happened earlier, that she essentially exposed herself earlier on
Yeah, I
in the
can agree
marriage,
with that.
as opposed to this impacting multiple lives. Like, this already impacted multiple lives, I'm sure, but think about the children who would have been impacted in all of those dynamics, which, you know, I've been in a slightly similar situation, not divorce, but, you know, if you know, you know. You know, I just reacted to this story of the woman who was pregnant, husband cheated on her. They're like, had just got married, and like, first year of marriage, she's like 20 weeks pregnant. She chose to go down the path of reconciliation, right? And
What do you
even in
think
that
about
story,
that?
I was kind of alluding to, if I basically wanted to say, you know what, you're better off probably leaving, dude, in that story. But like I said, I didn't have all the information. She wants to make the decision that she wants to make based on what she knows about her marriage. Okay, go ahead, go that direction. Like if you believe that you can make that work and honor God and maintain that covenant and still bring him glory through that situation, because I still believe God can get the glory out of it, out of any situation. But you know, in this situation, man, it looked like you dodged a bullet, bruh.
Dude's got a W
You hit
mic
the
for real.
full,
Yeah, it looks.
Matrix
His audio is
back
really
then.
crisp.
Like, she was
Plus, it
firing
looks really
shots
cool.
and you
The guy's got
you
a good
folded
setup.
a little bit.
He
You
also,
went back, laid in the sheets a couple times, and I get it. Like you're trying to
I also really like his studio and his drip, his aesthetic.
sort through your emotions, and then you're also in a confusing state to where obviously it's your wife, you're still attracted to her. I understand, but she was moving real manipulative. So I'm happy that you got out of that headspace and that you're moving on. And yeah, bro. Like, yeah, man. Crazy story. What do y'all think? Get in my comments, like this video.
That was a crazy story, Brody. Crazy story. What are we saying? What are we saying? This example of her wanting a husband, but doesn't want to be a wife. Yeah. She can't even be low for 2 months. He did this well, bro. Let's be honest. He did not do this shit well. He should have did it a long time ago. Dragged a 20-minute video on an hour. Bro, like, these YouTubers just be dragging shit, bro. These streamers just be dragging shit. Did I actually take an hour on that shit? God damn. I know how to drag shit. Yeah, that's cooked, bro. That is cooked.